Welcome to back my channel. Today we are exploring Protagonists' personality. Your subscribe is a great help for keeping this channel. Introduction. Protagonists, ENFJs, feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to positively impact other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. Protagonists are born leaders, which explains why these personalities can be found among many notable politicians, coaches, and teachers. Their passion and charisma allow them to inspire others in their careers and in every arena of their lives, including their relationships. Few things bring protagonists a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment than guiding friends and loved ones to grow into their best selves. More than people power. When considering people who are introverts, I, and extroverts, E, it's natural to go straight to the more social aspects of these personality traits. However, they are more than this. These traits are also defined by their broader response to their environments, which includes other people but isn't exclusively about them. 77% of extroverts seek thrilling activities during their holidays, compared to 47% of introverts. Introvert personality. Strength in reserve. Introverts are well suited to many situations. A tendency to be reserved helps these personality types to pace themselves. They are likely to listen to others more carefully. Very introspective, introverts enjoy more focused, alone time, leading to more and deeper insights. And, while sometimes too sensitive to their environments, this often helps them pick up cues more quickly, making them great at reading many situations. However, this same reserve means that introverts tend to find outside stimuli like noise, motion, or intrusive lighting frustrating. Some of this can be an invigorating change of pace, too much unsettles them and drains their energy. These personality types often prefer to be in their own space where they can adjust their environments. Add a human factor to this sensitivity, for example, insistent conversations where they're expected to be just as insistent, and it can exhaust them. They need time alone to regather their energy and restore their calm. Introverts' reserved, more solitary nature presents challenges, as many societies favor extroverts and their bolder approach. But it helps introverted personality types to take things slowly, cautiously, and with less fanfare. Fortunately, if they are willing and create the time to recharge on their own, most introverts can handle society's strenuous demands. In fact, many successful leaders and entertainers come from their ranks, often remaining humble and avoiding an unnecessary spotlight in fame. The introversion personality trait never needs to disqualify those who possess it from pursuing a goal. The power of engagement. Extroverts are interested in engaging with their environment, and they feed off the responses of the people and events around them. They enjoy pushing limits and seeing what the world can do. This all depends on many other factors and life's natural limitations, but extrovert personality types lean toward taking the initiative and relying on the world around them for validation. While all of this is noble and often admired in society, it can also become unbridled. Extroverts may put too much value in their engagement with those around them. Being with others can be so important to these personalities that they often find it difficult if they are stuck alone. Boredom comes too easily. This can lead them to do things simply for excitement rather than thinking through more subtle but important considerations. Becoming the center of attention at any cost might be too appealing. 87% of extroverts believe they have what it takes to be a good leader, compared to 56% of introverts. However, extroverts are forces to be reckoned with when they suitably address these challenges. People with this personality trait tend to advance projects important to them quickly, whether personal or professional. They often choose to lead when given a chance and can be dynamic in that role. Their outgoing energy can be vital to a social gathering, and their liveliness can be contagious. And there always remains a sense that people are important to them. Nature, thinking versus feeling. How to think and feel about the thinking and feeling traits. Our third, nature scale reveals the extent to which we value emotions or rationality more when considering options. Does a person tend to use the thinking personality trait, which relies on the head, or the feeling trait, which relies on the heart? But let's not oversimplify. Think of it instead as you might your hand preference. A left-handed person leans more heavily on their left hand, but they still use their right hand, albeit less. We can apply the same approach to a person with a dominant thinking trait or a dominant feeling trait. They aren't without some qualities of the non-dominant trait. Thinking personality. How does this help? 83% of people with the thinking trait say it's best to take a scientific approach to the problems in their own lives, compared to 43% of those with the feeling trait. When presented with a decision, people with the thinking trait typically lean on objective information. Knowledge is their indispensable tool. Once these personality types gather the facts, they test their alternatives against logic and reason to see which decision, by those standards, proves the most effective or realistic. They generally manage their relationships by employing fairness and effectiveness as their primary method of dealing with others. Their passions are born of respect. 74% of people with the thinking trait say it's easy for them to make important decisions without consulting with someone else first, compared to 42% of those with the feeling trait. Whatever value people with the thinking personality trait place on relationships, they can still dismiss emotional responses, either their own or those of others. This is often because of their discomfort with emotions, which don't always follow the rational path they value. Sometimes, emotions just puzzle them. But that doesn't mean they have hearts of stone. They often feel in deep, profound ways, they would just rather not decide matters from that place. And, perhaps, unfortunately, they may see those who do as weaker decision makers. People with the thinking personality trait can use rational thought to see that humans are inherently emotional and that this is okay. Personality types with the thinking trait are likely to evaluate things almost relentlessly. This isn't as bad as it sounds. They aren't satisfied if they believe something is not well thought out, they revel in the brilliance of an elegant plan. This makes them great to have around when critical thinking and impartiality of any kind is the focus, and this makes them immensely helpful for sorting out ideas and methods. Their primary filter is, how does this help? Feeling personality. Who does this help? 88% of those with the feeling trait said they value and cherish their emotions, compared to 47% of those with the thinking trait. People with the feeling trait follow their hearts and emotions, sometimes without even realizing it. They may show it to different degrees and in different ways, but however they do it, feeling personality types tend to be caring, compassionate, and warm. These concerned people can be highly protective of those they care about, whether that is their immediate family or remote populations in need. For those with the feeling trait, decisions tend to be based on the well-being of others. However, people with the feeling personality trait often find they become excessive in their concern for others. They may easily burn out, or cause others to, when they become too involved. These emotionally aware individuals can become depressed if they feel they haven't been as selfless in life as they imagine they should be, or if those they have helped seem to fall down regardless. 65% of those with the feeling trait say they mostly listen to their hearts when they make important choices, compared to 7% of those with the thinking trait. Feeling personality types' concern for others typically affects all their endeavors. This can be practical and close, as with family, friends, and colleagues. Or it can be broader, as with world peace, ending hunger, and giving the disadvantaged a boost. But this reliance on feelings doesn't mean there is no logic, theirs is just a different logic. They see that emotions can't simply be waved away, so feelings and the welfare of others shape their lives more than stark facts and cold objectivity. Weighing things this way makes these personalities valuable to have around when the big question is, who does this help? Tactics, judging versus prospecting. Crossing the finish line. The tactic scale, which includes the judging and prospecting personality traits, reflects how people plan and deal with the options they have. But this definition doesn't just concern what individuals write in their day planners. It's much broader. These traits answer questions like, do you prefer spontaneity or certainty? Do you feel more comfortable acting only with all your ducks lined neatly in a row? Or does a certain amount of flexibility or chaos excite you and prove motivating? Do you need more choices or fewer? 72% of those with the judging trait say they are focused on and dedicated to their goals and rarely get sidetracked, compared to 21% of those with the prospecting trait. Judging personality. Making things as they ought to be. People with the judging personality trait feel most comfortable when the course ahead is well marked. They would rather come up with 5 backup plans than deal with events as they come. Preferring to consider their options ahead of time, personality types with this trait prefer clarity and closure, sticking with the plan rather than going with the flow. It's as if judging types always keep a mental checklist. When they cross something off their list or even start an item on their list, they consider it complete and not open to reconsideration. 66% of those with the judging trait say they set specific goals that they hope to accomplish each day, compared to 34% of those with the prospecting trait. The downside is, if they take this too far, those with the judging trait sometimes come across as rigid. However, most are not unreasonably stubborn. It's important to remember their need for structure always is a preference and reality often calls on them to respond in unforeseen ways. Too many surprises in a row can leave these personality types frustrated and stressed. When this happens, they can still be relied on to develop a plan, but however well they handle the unexpected, they rarely enjoy it. Whether a life goal or a response to an emergency, people with the judging personality trait can develop a clear and actionable plan. Judging individuals tend to have a strong work ethic, putting their duties and responsibilities above everything else. To them, rules, laws, and standards are the key to success. They can be too dependent on these measures, whether applied to themselves or others. But the intent is almost always one of fairness and results. Prospecting personality. Figuring things out as they go. 76% of those with the prospecting trait say it's hard for them to focus on one thing for a long period of time, compared to 50% of those with judging trait. Prospecting individuals are much more flexible when it comes to dealing with unexpected challenges. This flexibility helps them seize unexpected opportunities as well. These personality types tend to react to their environments rather than try to control them, helping them to make their own luck in whatever the world delivers. People with this trait hold that life is full of possibilities. 69% of those with the prospecting trait say they jump from one topic in a conversation to another quickly, compared to 47% of those with the judging trait. All this opportunism can lead to impulsive decision-making, though. At the same time, they can be overwhelmed by the sheer number of options on their radar. People with the prospecting personality trait can be slow to commit to something because of uncertainty or the potential of everything else. If they don't moderate this trait, indecision or a lack of conviction can be a problem. They can seem unfocused. What was important to them one week may be forgotten the next. When a passion takes them, there's no masking a prospecting type's excitement. Despite those concerns, this personality trait can offer a great deal of creativity and productivity. Theirs is almost a stream of consciousness quality. In many ways, it's like these types are constantly brainstorming as their minds create a web of options. This can be a powerful tool for finding solutions. And if they aren't satisfied with something in their lives, it's easier for them to let go of it and choose something else. This can lead to serial passions that keep prospecting individuals stimulated as they explore the buffet of choices always before them. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of protagonists. Remember, each and every one of us has the power to make a difference. Stay true to your values, embrace your creativity, and together, let's create a brighter future. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our future videos. Until next time, keep spreading love, kindness, and positivity. Take care.